this is real estate broker Alex Zeta-Guingao of Truly Wealthy Realty. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another Ask Alex episode. So today I'll be talking about how to sell a real property that is mortgaged, meaning you got a loan from the bank and you still haven't fully paid on the property. So the first step that we usually do when selling a property that's mortgaged is, for example, there's already a buyer and you've already agreed on the price. Let's say the selling price is 5 million pesos. Now the property is still mortgaged in either a bank or pag-ibig. Let's say the balance is 2.5. So the selling price is 5 million and then the balance of the mortgage is 2.5. So if the property is still mortgaged, then the title will be held by the bank or pag-ibig depending on where it is mortgaged. So in order for the buyer or for the seller to sell the property, he has to pull out the title first from the financing institution where he mortgaged his property. If the property is still mortgaged, either two things can happen. First is the seller can be the one to fully pay the mortgage so he can pull out the title so he can sell his property. But most of the time, sometimes the seller doesn't have cash on hand or he's using his cash reserve for other purposes, so the buyer can also be the one to fully pay for the existing mortgage so the title can be pulled out. So the document that must be signed can either be a contract to sell or a conditional deed of sale. So how we do it is usually we draw up a contract to sell between the buyer and the seller, so it has everything that they agreed on, like the selling price, who pays for which taxes, the breakdown in the down payment, so it's really noted there when the turnover will be. So everything that will be agreed on between the buyer and seller must be stated in the contract to sell. So we meet at the attorney's office, and then both buyer and seller signs the contract to sell, and then the buyer will pay for example 2.5. So we'll give a check to the seller, 2.5. The seller then usually in the contract to sell we specify a certain time frame for the seller to turn over the original title and for the deed of sale to be signed. So it's usually around 30 days. Between 30 to 45 days. That would be a safe period. Also, so the seller won't be too pressured because it usually depends on the bank how long the title will be released after it's been fully paid. So most banks and also even pag-ibig, usually when you fully pay for a property, the title will be released within 15 banking days. Some banks though take longer, especially if the documents have to be routed in their Manila office. So the seller goes to the bank and then fully pays for the property, then he has to wait around 15 days before the original title to be released. If it's a house and lot, usually it really depends on the buyer and the seller, but most of the time the sellers already turned over the property upon down payment, but they also have the choice to turn over the property upon full payment. It depends. So once the title is already released, then we meet again at the attorney's office, and then the documents to be signed will then be the deed of sale. And the seller will also be bringing the original title along with the other documents like certified true copy of the title, the tax declaration, tax clearance, homeowner's clearance. So there are clearances that need to be obtained before the deed of sale is signed. So once everything is in order, then the buyer will give the remaining balance, and they will both sign the deed of absolute sale. And after that, there is no more turning back because it's a deed of absolute sale. It's already absolute. So once the deed of sale has been signed, then the next step is the taxes that need to be paid. But that's a different blog again. So that's it. That's how you sell a mortgaged property. So whether you're a buyer or a seller, if your property is mortgaged, that's no problem. You can buy or sell a mortgaged property. There is just a process that you have to follow. And I already explained the process a while back. So if you have any questions or additional concerns about this matter, then just comment down below or give me a call so I can help you out. Till next time.